Hello and Assalamu alaikum, listeners and viewers. This is me, your host Fahad Yunus, and the show is MeriKahaani. And listeners and viewers, as you know, we've been inviting a lot of great people from Pakistan and from all over the world, in which they share their stories with us. And we've been interviewing a lot of educationists, scientists, entrepreneurs, and authors. So today we have a great guest who is PattyAlfonso, live with us from Italy. And viewers and listeners, let me introduce you with Patty. Patty is basically a leader, a speaker, and an author. Patty should be known as a speaker, facilitator, author, and her book is coming soon, which is called as Your Body as the Creation of Consciousness. And she travels all over the world to facilitate others about the different things she is doing. So we would love to hear from her. Thank you very much, PattyAlfonso, for joining us. Welcome in our studios. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy and excited to be here and to have this awesome little chat with you about all things consciousness and bodies and fun and play.
Thank you very much, Alfonso, for joining us. And our listeners and viewers would love to know, who is PattyAlfonso? Please share what you are basically.
Yeah, thank you. As you briefly mentioned, my name is PattyAlfonso. I'm an AccessConsciousness certified facilitator, an international speaker. My book will be coming out by the end of the year. And I've created a few different programs in my business, one of them being PoleDancingForConsciousness, the other one, The Essence of You, and a fun little program called Practical Magic. And basically, my job as a facilitator of consciousness is to empower my clients to know that they already know, to discover that person that is within them that has always been there. I find in my work that people sometimes create their lives and live their lives based on what other people want from them and what other people think that they should be doing, and whether it's your family or your culture or whatever that is for you. And so my job is to kind of get you to the essence of you and what it is that you want to create in your life and what it is that you want to have as that amazing life that you know is possible. So I have a lot of fun playing around the world with different clients. I love working with businesses and expanding and growing businesses beyond, what the person thinks that they can create. So I love my job. I love what I do. And like I said, I'm super excited to be on this show with you and sharing with you everything that I know.
Thank you very much, Patty. Really, you are inspiration for a lot of people. So our listeners and viewers would love to know about your current projects you're doing. So can you please tell us about such projects, as you told us about your book, and maybe you can share the impact of these projects on different communities.
Absolutely. Gosh, I have a few things going on right now, a few things. As you mentioned, I'm going to be finishing up my book in the next couple of weeks. And wow, I have a few worldwide events coming up. One of them is called the Being Series, and it's an introduction to the tools of Access Consciousness, which are absolutely my favorite tools in the whole entire world. They're simple, they're easy, you can use them in any area of your life. And as I had mentioned, my job as a facilitator is to empower you to know that you know. So the Being Series is about discovering who you are as an infinite being. Who are you? What grand and glorious adventure can you have today? What do you want to create in your life? And we have a couple of really fun topics that we're going to be playing with throughout that series. I also have my Pole Dancing for Consciousness classes, which mostly women take the classes, but I have had a few men that have come into the classes. And that 2-day program is about inviting you to have more communication with your body. And the thing is that in this sort of world that we live in right now, we don't really pay so much attention to the awareness and the consciousness that your body has as a sort of sentient being, if that makes sense. If you have any questions, pop in and let me know. But your body has this innate consciousness and awareness. And when you connect with your body, when you have communion with your body, when you invite your body into the creation of your life, it can be such a contribution to what you're creating. You know, if you think about it, or if you look at it, your body right now, wherever you are, wherever you're listening to this, it's breathing on its own. Your heart is pumping, your blood is flowing, all of your molecules are doing their thing all on their own. You don't actually have to do anything for that. So when I look at that and I look at the innate brilliance of your body, the second your body is created, every cell knows exactly what it's going to be doing. And in my work, I really like to honor that innate brilliance of the body and invite your body. You know, how many people ask their bodies, hey body, what would you like to eat today? What would you like to wear? Everything in this world, traveling, having a car, having a house, eating, all of that is related to the body. If you didn't have a body, right, if you were just a being, would you need clothes? Would you need a car? So inviting your body into all of those things in your life, communicating with your body, all of that can open up a space for so much more that can get created. So yeah, that's and in the pole dancing classes, we also look at creating intimacy with yourself, in your relationships, with your business. And with intimacy, I mean having, as we call in Access Consciousness, the elements of intimacy: trusting yourself, honoring yourself, having gratitude for you, being an allowance of you, having vulnerability with you. And when you can start to have that with you and with your body, then what you can create in your relationships, in your business, in everything is just exponentialized. So yeah, do you have any questions? That was a lot.
Thank you very much, Alfonso, for the brief introduction and about the details of your projects. So our listeners and viewers would love to know, you're working in different areas of the world. So, a lot of Pakistanis are especially watching you. So what do you want to suggest, how your projects can be beneficial for the Pakistani people?
Yeah, wow, that's such a great question. I wonder in Pakistan how much fun we could have creating a new space for your body, a new space for having pleasure with your body. You know, when you eat a delicious meal, does your body just like vibrate with excitement and joy? When you put on, your clothes, does your body get excited about what it's wearing? When you go out into the sun and you feel the wind in your hair or the sun on your skin, does your body get excited about all of that? Is your body awake? Part of my, sort of target, purpose, goal is to awaken, right? Awaken your senses, awaken your excitement, your joy for life, awaken the fun that being in this reality can be, and embodying that, having that for you. What if the purpose of life was just to have fun, How much fun are you having with your body? And then unleashing that energy, that joy into the world. It is joy and laughter that can change the world. It is you having all of you, whatever that is, that will change the world. Again, as a facilitator of consciousness, it's my job to empower you to know that you know, and empower you to have and create the life that you know is possible. So if there's anywhere where you're stopping yourself because of your family or your culture, or you're just not really clear on what to be and what to do, then let's hang out. Let's out-create that. Let's have more fun. Let's have more joy. Let's create the life that you know is possible beyond what is currently happening in your life right now. So how does it get better than that? What else is possible that we haven't imagined yet? And how much fun can we have? What grand and glorious adventure awaits?
Okay, and Meri, you are known as, as your introduction, that you have a gift for the expanding businesses and expanding their sales, and so I think you are a good business trainer too. So can you please let us know about this thing? How are you doing? A lot of things at the same time.
Yeah, I love business, which is really interesting, I think, for, a young woman. I love business. I love creating businesses. I love getting into the nitty-gritty of a business, looking at what has been created and what else is possible is the question that I always start to ask. And I love growing and expanding businesses beyond what the person, that created the business has actually thought of. How do I explain this a little bit better? I've worked with several businesses where the business owner, was maybe stuck, and they knew that something else could get created. They have the sense that more is possible, but they don't really exactly know how to get there. I've actually worked with a lot of small businesses, and when you start asking the business what it would like to be in the world, okay, I've created this business, like I did it with my own businesses. So PoleDancingForConsciousness, what do you want to be in the world? What gifts do you, as an entity, right? An entity is an energy that is defined. So a business is an entity. So when you start communicating energetically with that business on what it is that it wants to be in the world, what it is that it wants to contribute to the world, and you start really receiving that information, then you can go beyond whatever it is that you thought the business was going to be. As soon as we decide, oh, this is what I'm going to do and this is what it's going to look like, you're actually cutting off the energy of unlimited possibilities. If you put the question out there, what else is possible? What would you like to be in the world? Then you can actually create beyond what your mind has thought of. Our minds function from what they know, from the past, right? From the things that have happened to us in the past, from things that aren't actually relevant in this moment. So when you start asking the question, what else is possible? How does it get better than this? Then you open the space for the energy to talk to you. I'm an energy healer, body-mind counselor as well. So I work a lot with the energy of things. And as we know from Nikola Tesla and from Albert Einstein, who are the great minds of, our society, when you want to get to the essence of things, you've got to look at the energy of it. When you want to change something, you cannot function from the insanity that was created before. You've got to open the space for something new. So I have this tremendous ability to communicate with businesses and ask them what it is that they want. like I started to say before, I was working with a client and she was just stuck in her business. It was just kind of going around in the same and the same and the same. And when we started to work together and expand the business, she went from $400,000 in sales to $1 million within 6 months. And that was from communicating with the business and asking the business to contribute to the business. So it's one of my, I have many favorite things that I like to do, but it's one of my favorite things to play with businesses and out-create them and create beyond what the business owners had in mind.
Awesome, lovely. You have a great experience, doing a lot of things in the same time. So, Alfonso, we would love to know how people and other institutions, maybe if they want to work with you as volunteer, or maybe if they want to get some services from you, how people can know about you and how people can contact you. Please share your resources.
Absolutely. Thank you. I have tons of resources online. Right now, you can go to my website, PattyAlfonso.sexy, and you can contact me via that. I have a Facebook page. You can find me on Facebook and friend me there. I have lots of resources and free gifts online. So just Google me, see what shows up. I have lots of videos, lots of trainings. So yeah, I'm everywhere. Find me.
All right, wonderful. I would love to know about your Facebook page or maybe your Facebook ID, so people can follow you, and if they want to contact you or if they want to chat you, how they can reach you out on Facebook.
So my Facebook ID is facebook.com/PattyAlfonso CFMW. There you go.
Awesome.
That's my Facebook profile page, so you can contact me through that anytime.
So, Alfonso, we have a very short time and we would love to have a good message for our audience. Can you please share? I would love to ask everyone a few questions, and you can use these questions in your everyday life to, like I said before, open the space for more possibilities. So I would like to know, and I would like to ask you, what is it that you know that no one else knows, that if you allowed yourself to know it, it would change everything? What gifts do you have to share with the world that no one else has, that if you shared them and put them out there into the world, it would change the course of this reality? And a couple of questions that I use every day to open up the energy. What else is possible? And how does it get better than this? What if you are the miracle that you've been looking for? What if you, being you, is the change that the world is asking for? So play with those questions. I love giving questions because they open the energy, and they allow you to step into what it is that you know, that you want to share with the world and that you want to be with the world. So there you go. Have fun playing with those. Okay, so Patty, we would love to know your experience with our show, and we want to know what you want to say about our initiative called MeriKahaani.
Yes. Wow. Thank you so much for having me. I am so incredibly grateful. It's been such a fun experience, connecting and playing with you and with Pakistan. And I'm so excited that you've given me this opportunity to share my gifts with you. And I'm so incredibly grateful. Thank you for your professionalism, for everything that you're creating, for putting all of us out into the world so that we can share our messages and connect with people that we wouldn't normally be able to connect with. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Patty, for joining us, and we will be connected in future too.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.